Hi, this is Manish Patel from Ichimoku Today is December 3rd, 2013. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year coming up. This is our last video for the 2013 year. The next video we'll have will be in 2 weeks, which will pretty much begin the beginning of 2014. Today we're going to go for a lot more detail than we normally do. Reason why it's the end of the year, kind of sum up everything that's going on. This video, of course, is the global stock video, where we're going to cover everything from Europe to Middle East to Asia to North and South America. Okay. Normal procedures. This is a disclaimer. State that this is for education use only. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular instrument. If you decide to take any trades, you're doing that at your own risk. All the charts you're going to see today are from eSignal. Okay, so let's go ahead. Here's our contact information. Here's our email address. Also, here's our phone number for all our global offices. Also, you could find more information on ichimokutrade.com. There you can find free videos in Ichimoku and other things. Also, free workshops for 2 months. Our market outlook videos, which includes this one. Our Twitter information, our Facebook, and so forth. Tons of resources here at ichimokutrade.com. I definitely would emphasize to check out our blog, where we're blogging trades of the week every week, and also sign up for either Twitter or Facebook, where you could get information about our support resistances and stuff like that. Okay, let's go straight to eSignal. Let's start going in Europe, and let's start looking at UK. Remember, the U.S. markets are pretty much have gone up after the federal meeting. And you could kind of see some countries around the world go up too with the U.S. Some countries didn't go up, they actually went down. So the first place we're going to start is going into Europe. We're going to look at the UK. UK here, you could see we have a resistance here, 6621.15. We've broken that here. Remember, this is a weekly chart here, so we got to wait for a close this week to kind of see if we do close above 66.21. If we do, we got a high probability of getting to 68.79 in the near-term future. The support now is basically going to be 66.21 is going to be the support. The one below that is 64.42. But basically, this is ranging between 64.42 and 68.79. So this is basically consolidating between the two. It's not quite at the resistance right now. It's in the middle of the consolidation pattern. But if it closes above 66.21, it's got a high probability of getting to the top, since it's right in the middle. Germany, on the other case, has broken a resistance of 93.81 and actually is trending very nicely up, and it's basically making new all-time highs every time it prints a new high. So the support on this one's going to be 93.81, and right below that it's going to be 90.59. But Germany is a lot stronger than the UK market, and you'll find that it's pretty much strong across the board in Europe. So you could do pairs trading, where you go in bullish German market and you could short any of the European countries like UK, France, and so forth. France, if you look at France, a little better than the UK. It's at a resistance, well, sorry, not better, but it's almost the same. It's pretty much at a resistance right now at 42.15. If it breaks that, the next one, minor one's at 42.34, and the major one's at 43.42. Support on this one's going to be 39.70, and you could see that this is going to sit there and start. It's ranging a little right now in the last couple of weeks between 39.70 and 42.34. Next is Amsterdam. Amsterdam here is getting close to the resistance up here. It's broken the minor resistance it had here at 387.24. Broke that, and it's going to retest the high right now. If it breaks that, then 403 will be the next resistance. The support on this one's going to be 354. Spain here doing the same thing. Broken the minor resistance here at 96.61, trying to get to 10,052. Since if it closes above 96.61 by the end of this week, then we will have a high probability of getting to 10,052. If not, this will be the support. The next support will be way down here at 88.04. Italy. Notice most of the European countries are at minor resistances, and if they break them or hold them by the end of this week, they'll sit there and retest the highs. Same thing for Italy here. It's at a minor resistance right now, 18,666. If it breaks that, then it does have a high probability of getting to the pivot high. Support on this one's going to be 17,191. Next is going to be Nordic. Nordic here is broken a resistance here at 1219. It's pretty much at a resistance right now, which is retesting the high right here. If it breaks that, it has a probability of getting to 1284. Support on this guy is going to be 1219, and below that it's going to be 1146. Oslo. Here, it's at a resistance too at 545. If breaks that, it's going to keep on going higher. So this is pretty strong too compared to the other countries in Europe. Supporting this one is going to be 520. Switzerland. Here it's just pretty much consolidating between 73.22 and 83.19. It's right in the middle of the consolidation, which is a minor resistance at 80.52. If it closes above that this week, then we pretty much have a high probability of getting to 83.19. Israel here really had a big nice trend here, pulled back, broke the support right here, which is right around 51.72, went below there, and this week we got to kind of see exactly where it closes. If it closes below 51.72, we got a high probability going to 44.03. If it closes above the 53 mark, 5300, then we got a high probability getting 55.72 and a trend continuing. If it doesn't, if it closes below there, we got a high probability of a major pullback that's going to occur for Israel. Excuse me. Turkey, on the other hand, is just pretty much consolidating. It's consolidating between 40.28 and 42.50. Nothing exciting there going on. South Africa, just pretty much consolidating in a nice tight range between 97.70 and 10,391. Let's now go purely into the Middle East now, looking at Saudi Arabia and so forth. Saudi Arabia is basically continuing its trend forward, moving up. It broke the resistance here at 82.61. It's on its journey now to 87.32 with the next resistance. Support would now be 82.61 and 80.18. Dubai, which pretty much has been leading everything, pretty much have now gotten to a resistance value of 32.30. So it'll be interesting to see exactly if it breaks that. If it does, it got ability to go to 3,400. If not, the next support is going to be 3,004, and the next one below that is 27.02. Abu Dhabi here broke the resistance of 39.56, and it's on its journey to 4,200. Support on this is, of course, 39.56 and 38.13. So if you look at it, pretty much Germany is leading in Europe. Dubai is still very, very strong as far as Middle East is concerned. China, if you look at China here, this is pretty much consolidating between 23.72 and 21.60. It is at a major support here. If it breaks that, China does have the ability to go lower. If it doesn't, if it holds here, which we're hoping it'll do, then it has the ability to go to 23.72, and hopefully eventually this thing will start to break up and start going higher. This has been consolidating for pretty much all of 2013. Maybe next year this will be the country that leads the world in percentage-wise going up. If you go to Twitter, you could kind of see all the percentage movements of all the countries so far that have led this year, where you could see like Dubai and Dubai has pretty much led the worldwide with a 100% increase in the market overall. Hong Kong, you have Hong Kong here. This is pretty much consolidating between 22,122 and 23,920. So that's pretty much the consolidation range there. Bounce off there, broke a minor support, 23,244. Now has the ability to sit there and go to 22,122. If it breaks the 22,122, this now has the ability to go all the way down into 20,000 and maybe below that. So this is a very, very critical level here for the Hong Kong market, where if in order for it to break this consolidation pattern and go higher, it's got to sit there and get above the 23,244 and make a move to retest the high and break that. If not, it's got to stay above this 22,122 and consolidate around there. If it breaks this level here, then it does have the ability to go lower. Korea here, this is basically consolidating between 251 and 272, the middle of the consolidation pattern, which is 263. It basically got to that resistance. It's holding it here now, so it's going to be interesting to see exactly where it's going to go. Break this to go higher to the top of the range, or sit there and hold it and go down to the bottom of the range. Whichever way it breaks, that's pretty much the way it's going to go. Japan here, which is pretty much being very, very strong for the year, pretty much at its all-time high, retesting the resistance here, close to 16,000, but not quite at 15,921. It does have the ability to break that and keep on going higher, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Japan in the next couple of weeks. Indian Sensex, again, we're pretty much retesting the resistance here, 21,248. We retest that. Pretty much we've retested that, I think, the third or fourth time here. I think first time was 2008, next one was 2010, and then here we retested here, bounced off here, so we're looking like we're trying to retest that again here. The more times it retest it, it's got to sit there, eventually break through there. If it does, it's going to sit there and take off, otherwise it's going to pretty much go down here. Minor support for this is going to be 20,810, and then the major support is going to be 20,251. Malaysia is next here. This is pretty much being consolidating. Finally broke the consolidation, which is the top of the range at 1815. It broke that, which is now acting as a support. And it has the ability now to go to 1880 and 1900 if it continues to move higher. Indonesia, pretty much not doing anything at all. Sentiment is bearish. But it's consolidating between 41.56.7 and 45.56. It's at the bottom of the consolidation range right now, so if it breaks this, it will have a high probability of going down to 3,800 and possibly going lower. But if it holds here, come back up to this resistance and breaks that, we do have the ability to go to 5,200, where this action here would basically be a major pullback. But if it breaks this 41.57, this action here is going to be pretty much a trend reversal from the Indonesia market. Thailand here, pretty much trend here. This could be a major pullback. If it breaks the 1304, then this is going to be a trend reversal to go down. Resistance here is 1400. If it breaks the 1400, we got a high probability of retesting the high. Philippine market here. Again, trend here, major pullback here. If it breaks the 3510 level here, we're going to basically be a trend reversal where we can go a lot lower. If we break the resistance here at 2787, then we're going to pretty much have a high probability retesting the high, where this was just a major pullback. Vietnam here, really not doing anything, consolidating. It's got pretty much going here when it broke this resistance here, 16,047. It's got high probability here getting to this resistance at 18,969, and we're pretty much on our way there. So look here in Asia, you pretty much have Japan still leading Asia right now. So let's go over to South America. You have Brazil here. Brazil is pretty much doing nothing here. You get a nice trend here, pull back. We're at the bottom of this little consolidation range of 50,590. If this level does not hold, then we have a high probability of retesting the 44,000 level. If it sits there and goes back to this resistance level here, breaks that, then we do have the ability to go back to 60,000. So we're at very critical to support resistance levels for the Brazil market. Santiago, Chile. Really not doing anything. We had a nice trend here, a pullback here. We're kind of ranging right now between 36.26 and 39.69. If we break this level here, the trend's going to continue to go down. If we break this resistance level here at 39.69, then we're pretty much going to enter a consolidation pattern. Argentina, which is pretty much leading this year, second to Dubai. Pretty much a nice move up here. We finally did a pullback right now. Resistance level is 55.11, and the pullback level is going to be 49.41. Mexico here had a nice trend here. Basically is doing a pullback right now. It kind of held here at this 37,000 level, which kind of marked everything off. Now it has a possibility of retesting the high at 46,000 if it could break this level here, 43,150, which is pretty much the top of the consolidation pattern. So if it could break that resistance, which it's got a high probability of getting to, then it does have the ability to sit there and start a trend to retest the high. Canada, here, pretty much trending up here, but now caught in the consolidation pattern between 13,102 and 13,516, and that's pretty much the consolidation pattern. The NASDAQ, which is pretty much trending the technology side, we hit our resistance, which we had marked off at 35.62. It'll be interesting to see where we end up this week and next week, with pretty much to the end of the year. S&P 500, same scenario. We got to our resistance at 1820, and now it's going to be interesting to see where we end up by the end of this year. And same thing for Dow. We pretty much have gotten here to our resistance level. So all three of the markets in the U.S. are pretty much at major resistance levels, and now it'll be interesting to see kind of where we end up this week and next week by the end of the year. So that pretty much concludes our videos. Videos for 2013 for the global stock market. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll definitely see you in 2014 to start the beginning of the year. Thank you, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays again.